We live in a world that craves authenticity, but can't tell it from artifice. So we settle for simulated decay, cracked phone screens, weathered fonts, grainy filters that give the illusion of having survived something real. The problem isn't just that these effects are fake. It's that they're sold as evidence of souls. A perfectly imperfect Instagram post is supposed to feel more human than a clean one. But when imperfection becomes a commodity, what happens to the things left out of our stories instead of an emotional inheritance? In the process of curating our past, we forget how memory works. Real decay is messy and unpredictable. It leaves traces that can't be neatly categorized or sold back to us. But digital decay, it's algorithmic. It follows patterns. And in doing so, it erases what makes human experience unique. Its unpredictability. When everything feels carefully restored, nothing feels real. Chapter 20 Memory, Once and Future Fake, drawing on bathers and postmen. This chapter explores the philosophical shift from physical memory to digital simulation, how photographs once proved something has been, but now algorithms can convincingly pretend.
Young people are worried about losing out on jobs to artificial intelligence. They want greater protections for entry-level work and on the use of AI bots as therapists. That's according to research carried out by the National Youth Council of Ireland, based on hearing from a series of citizen youth juries of people aged between 12 and 21, like citizens' assemblies. Georgia May Staunton is with us. She's on the National Youth Council of Ireland AI and Law jury, and Georgia is a first-year student studying politics, international relations.
The more we automate authenticity, the harder it becomes to distinguish simulation from substance. We're in an arms race where the line between genuine and generated blurs faster than our tools can keep up. Every new AI breakthrough introduces a deeper layer of mimicry, deepfakes with human micro-expressions, voice clones so smooth they mirror vocal tics, learned from decades of recordings. The very features that once made us trust something as real now become the tools used to trick us into believing fictions. Just this week, headlines warned that young people are increasingly afraid of losing their jobs to AI. This fear isn't just about automation, it's about simulation. If an algorithm can convincingly replicate the work of a human writer, designer, or even therapist, why pay for real expertise? We're not simply replacing labor with machines. We're substituting trust in human skill with engineered confidence in a system designed to appear warm and competent at scale. Even our attempts to humanize machines are commercialized. Meridi plugins add digital imperfections. So a perfectly timed beat sounds like it came from someone who might have missed a note. Because we trust people more when they're fallible. AI. Handwriting tools simulate the messiness of human writing just enough to feel intimate, but not enough to be messy. These aren't quirks in design. They are carefully engineered imperfections, meant to trick us into believing something is real, when all it's doing is pretending.
Museums serve as custodians of our shared past, transforming artifacts into narratives that anchor identity and
nostalgia is no longer a personal feeling, but an engineered response. Social algorithms curate what you see, and by extension, how you feel about the past. These systems don't just reflect your tastes. They shape them to sell you something more profitable than memory itself, comfort. If we only access history through curated simulations, then our understanding of real events becomes as malleable as fiction. What happens when our cultural memory is no longer public knowledge, but a private product? The past stops. When cultural memory becomes privatized, it no longer belongs to anyone. Museums were once places where history was preserved, but even they are now rebranded as entertainment spaces with themed exhibits and interactive simulations. The result is a past that's already been filtered through profit margins and marketing campaigns. We don't just remember the past differently, we forget how to question it at all. The line between education and advertisement blurs when history becomes marketable at simulating memories than living them. The very concept of reality becomes malleable. We are trained to trust in the emotional weight of a simulation, even when it bears no resemblance to truth. Nostalgia is not about remembering. It's about reenacting what should have been. And if we only ever experience the past through its most palatable versions, then how can we recognize the real? The cost of simulated nostalgia isn't just forgetting history, it's losing the ability to care whether or not it was true.